Something is muting my mic, and I don't know what. Check, 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 check. Yeah, something's weird with this latest version of OBS, and I'm having a lot of trouble with the Stream Deck and other things. Anyway, this is something we get asked all the time on the forums is how do you level your presets on like your amp modeler and things like that. It used to be a huge problem back in the old days. You know, you had the your rack mount whole setup for your guitar, and like you'd switch from clean to distortion and sound fine in your bedroom, and it'd be way too different when you're live. Nowadays we have some other tools, but so first of all, in my case, I'm using the Helix Floor, and I export everything into the Helix native, and then so I can test it from there, and that's how I'm going to do it. But you could use reinsert. I mean, I'm using Reaper here, but I'm sure there's a way you can send out from your DAW and back in. But the main thing is, you know, get a loop of something that you can play over and over again, and in this case, it's this thing for me. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit now that you've heard it, because it's about to get annoying. We're going to be looping the crap out of it. And I'm aim here for, I think, minus 15, minus 18. Let me take a look. So the things, one of the tools that I'm using here that makes this life so much easier is this Ulean loudness meter. I'm kind of watching this over here for this minus 18, and I'm going to get somewhere around minus 18. It's still, you're going to have to do a little bit of tweaking if you really want this well, but I can get so close in here that I'd be happy to play a whole show with it. I know I could do it a little bit better, but I would be perfectly happy to do a whole show with how it works right here. So I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna loop my section here. I have a little part that I'm recording. That just goes to another track. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm just sending it into the modeler. And if you weren't using Helix Native, if you were doing it with a piece of hardware, you would just send out from here, out of this track, into your device, out your interface, into your modeler device, whatever, and then come back in. Maybe you got SPDIF or something on your modeler. Maybe your modeler has an interface. I think I'd be surprised if any of them aren't an interface at this point. I'm not sure on that, but you know, Helix is. I could actually do this just by plugging the Helix's USB in, which already actually is for Helix Native, or for HX Edit. Anyway, all that babbling aside, let me hit play here. You see this thing sitting at the minus 18 line pretty much. Momentary max, it's getting above there. Short-term max around minus 18. True peak max, we'll see. There could be little stray little blips that come through. They ain't gonna make any difference. But here's what I'm really looking at. I might go a little bit louder than this, but this is pretty close. So I'm gonna switch to lead. Actually, lead's gonna be about the same. I don't mind a little bit of boost on the lead. And I'm going to clear this out every once in a while. And you see in that, there's a good 1.5 dB boost on the lead. I'm okay with that. I'm actually fine with that. I'm probably going to keep it that way. Harmony. It's going a little bit louder. I'm fine with that. Here's where it's going to get weird. Because acoustic, it's not sitting there for very long, right? It's a very short, spiky thing. I could actually use something else to do this, but I'll try it with this loop. And so you're seeing that it is extremely quieter than the distortion is. And you know, half the guys will say this is fine because you know it's your it's really meant to be spiky and whatnot, but I can bring this up. It's just let's have a look here. One thing that I did recently is to remove some of the compressors that I had on these acoustics, and that might have drastically changed the level here. So what I could do is I could bump this. See that compressor's already at plus 10. So this is eating a lot. I think this threshold is too low. Let me take this threshold down some. About an even 24. Now, that might make trouble later on, we'll find out, but maybe I was just eating way too much of the sound with the compressor. Because I had 3 compressors on here, and right now I have this one right here that I'm kind of just using. I was using it after my keyboard sounding thing in order to catch some peaks, but I may end up not using it. I'm a little worried about the keyboard part because that's going to be tricky to. I'm not sure how I'm going to level that. Honestly, I should probably do this with HX Edit, with the Helix's audio interface, but I really don't want to do. I might have to do a portable install for Reaper in order to do that. That's probably the safest way, because I don't want to mess anything up with the hardware settings I have. If you watch Simon Larkin's channel, he tells you a lot about how to do that. We might do that in a second. Let me think about this, because I do got to get this keyboard sound in there, which is on a different pedal in the effects loop. Yeah, let me think about this. Another way I could do this. Yeah, let's try this. Let me get out of here. I'm not gonna save that. It's just real quick. So I'm gonna try Simon Larkin's trick here, which is I'll show you. So we do go to Reaper.fm. Download the latest Reaper. When I go to install this, and this can be tricky because I really would like to have a different icon for it so I'm not going to mess this up. So I'm going to make a portable install, and it's going to go in this C Reaper folder here. You can put it anywhere. Simon goes through a video and really tells you a lot more about this stuff, but let's see. Desktop icon. So I can't do any of this stuff. Reroute ASIO driver. Not sure that we want that. I might pull this in a different way. Figure Reaper. Let's just try it like this. So I'm going to make this portable install. And if I run this, it should not just default to my my regular. Actually, it could. I'm not sure how this is going to grab the key configs and all that stuff. Okay, so you see it's saying direct sound here. So I'm going to pull the Helix in here. We go ASIO, Helix. It's actually another way I could do this. Okay, so I got to remember what is ooh, and what sample rate is the Helix at? I think it's at 48K. We shall see. We just error initializing audio buffers. Device configuration. So here we go. Helix floor. Default sample rate and bit depth are in the sound control panel. Properties. Okay, they're not in that one. What about the playback? No, that is the playback. What about the recording then? Let's go to recording. 6 Helix. Properties. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing sample rate or anything else. It may be because I have this disabled, but this should still work. Okay, so what's going on here? Why am I not getting Helix? Is it because I have HX Edit open? Or is it because OBS is open? Hold on, I'm gonna close OBS real quick. Okay, so there's my Helix drivers. I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to be able to get ASIO from the Helix into OBS so you guys can actually hear this, but it might be okay. Let's see. Did I just lose? I'm really paranoid about losing the mic audio, but let me just have to grab send something to a teacher's. Um, the, just have to send a teacher a message. Sorry. So it's the nature of doing the live stuff. I wear a lot of hats. Okay. Okay, so I got the Helix. I can't remember. Oops. Whoa, why did I just lose the Ah, check that out. Okay, so if I close this, I lose the Helix drivers on because OBS is grabbing them. Right? They're right here, the ASIO 28 Helix. Um, I'm gonna do this a different way. So take a look. There's some. I'm looking at OBS right now. I have some. I'm pretty sure I have the Helix drivers in here. This one that says ASIO 28 Helix. That's not going to actually be the Helix. That's going to be coming from the RME. I'm pretty sure. Let me take a look. Yep. Okay, so that's no problem. Um, somewhere in here, I think, is an attempt to use the Helix. Let's see, ASIO mic 27. That's my mic. That should be. Yep, that's fine. Reroute 1 and 2. That's fine. So I've got reroute, so I could actually use that for the Helix. Audio out 7 and 8. No, that's RME. Audio out 5 and 6. No, let's say RME. 29 and 30. I am not understanding why I'm not getting the Helix. So I'm gonna pop through some of the other scenes real quick and see if there's if I have it as an audio source on anything. Because it shouldn't be dying when I pop Reaper up, or sorry, when I pop OBS up. So let me just check real quick. Ah, here it goes. Here, Helix USB. Okay, so now looks like I got vocals. I have the audio. Nope, I lost my audio driver. Well, that was weird. Why? Oh, okay. Here's one thing we got to do right now. This is gonna mess me up. Okay, I'm going to options preferences, and I'm gonna look for audio device, and I don't want it to close the drivers when it's not the active application. And I don't know. Here it is, right here. Close audio device when stopped and application is inactive. Nope. So that's gonna go away because I want that to stay open. Now the problem is I don't remember which it's because the Helix has like 8 inputs or 8 outputs or something. Let me look at how it's mapped. I have it on something on a desktop. Is there any way to make the desktop thing bigger so you can actually grab it? This is like impossible now. Let's see, Helix cheat sheet, Helix 3.1. Okay, so I'm just looking at, there we go. So I'm just looking at, and no, here we go. Hopefully this mic is still going. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here and hear it. Okay, good, chat's working. All right, so somewhere in here in the owner's manual, there's how the USB is set up. So USB audio right here, 68. USB inputs are tri-signal. So I want to go out into the helix. I could use use 3, 4. How about that? I'll use input 3, 4. So that's going to be the output. Output's going to be 3, 4. And then input is going to be 1 and 2. And I'll figure out how I can get that in a second, but that's how I'm going to do it. So let's see. Output is going to be... Well, I should be able to use 1 and 2 for the input. So output is 3 and 4. Oh, I already have it like that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So recent project. I have to find this. Where is it? I could open another instance of Reaper and figure this out, but that sounds scary. So the preset. Here's my levels. Okay. Yeah, hopefully this will take my, because I have this like keyboard pedal thing that it's more E7 or something, I think it's called. It's it's like a polyphonic keyboard synthesizer allegedly. Okay. So let's go out to the helix. Okay, I don't need this. So what I do need is for it to come back, and we're going to look at levels on what input stereo 1 and 2. I guess it doesn't matter. I shouldn't be doing it stereo, should I? Well, let's see what happens. Board monitoring is on. It's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go to HX edit. Check, check, check. Oh, my mic's still there. Okay. Alt-T. I need this to be USB 3 and 4 too. How could I do that? I'll switch this back over, I guess. Work. Okay. Not hearing it. Okay, so this guy, okay, I have to change this one's output. Adjuster. Okay, if you don't see things, this is why. If track's not armed, I don't want this hidden. Okay. There we go. So it's not the input that I want, it's the routing. Where's... Wait a second, where the hell's the routing? See, I don't know this theme. This is like the default theme, and I'm not seeing the routing. Where's the routing? There we go. So I'm not hiding anything now. Okay, here we go. So this is going to do a hardware out. It's going to go to 3 and 4. There we go. I'm going to turn off 28. later on when I'm wondering, hey, how come I can't hear my stuff? That's why. Okay, so how would we monitor this? And it's not getting out to the master. Why is that? Monitoring not on. Definitely coming into the Reaper. So this guy should be going to the master. Why is he not going to the master? Master send is on. So master's also on 3-4. I don't know if that's muted, because it sure shouldn't. It should still get to the master. I'm going to throw this in the bus real quick and see if it goes to the bus there. Oh, because this thing's in solo. There we go. Sorry. You guys are probably saying in the chat right now, hey Bozo, it's in solo. Oh, nobody said that. Thanks a lot. Okay, well. Anyway. So here's the main out. I'm gonna re-enable 28. And when am I gonna learn to pin this thing to the taskbar? Pin the taskbar, so I don't have to go looking for it. So there's a problem. We don't want this feeding back. So let me I'm gonna send that master out. I'm gonna mute it. It's going twice anyway. Okay. Okay. So now let's look at your loudness meter. Right where it's supposed to be. Might have a slightly different volume because of the way the USB works. I don't know if I want to mess with that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's actually got a little bit more volume. I'm thinking that I should. I'm gonna make this my 18 right here. Okay, so this is right where I want it. See what happens when I turn on the keyboard. Compressor is only for the keyboard. Let me check that. Okay, so that's true. This compressor is only for the keyboard. I'm gonna snap put the level snapshot just in case things are gonna. In case I want to use this compressor later on as like catch for a clipper or something. I'm going to save that. So the keyboard sound. I'm going to lower it a little bit. I do want to kind of strikingly loud, so I don't want to go down too much.
This is where the work is done.
Yeah, this is where the soldering iron is.
Awesome. All right, well, we don't even start.
All right, no problem. A little bit loud. I might rebuild the other presets from here. Actually, I think might be simpler messing around. And really, I might end up bringing that keyboard level back up. So let's take a look at the acoustic. Yeah, see, it's because I think it's just too much compression. But for some reason, HX Edit won't show the compression, which is kind of screwball. So I'm going to change it to 24 like I had it before, and let's take a look at what this looks like. I appreciate how smooth this was, though, so we may be using this other compressor to splat it down a little bit. What I don't want is it to be too much quieter when the distortion goes on. It's generally not what happens though. So because you treat the acoustic a little bit different, I might take this down a little bit. I'm gonna leave that be for now. So let me check the 12-string sound. Yeah, see, it's way too quiet. Now it's probably too loud. Could use this compressor at the end to crank it down a little bit. The trouble is, here is where this pitch happens. It's way down here to make that sound. So I could. Boy, that's really loud. But again, this is like a 12-string kind of sound. You leave this for now. I'm gonna play a lot around with it and see how that is. Punch. We'll change the master channel volume a little bit. Seems pretty good to me. Go back to. Okay, so now this is probably not going to be pleasant, but I'm going to play my guitar. Change this USB 3.4 back to the multi. Plug your guitar in. I want to see really how that 12-string and stuff acts level-wise. So I'm going to get a little bit more volume on this. It's more realistic. Probably can hear a lot of feedback and stuff, but that's okay. I'm thinking that clean is way too loud. May not be. Let me take out the 12 string. I'm thinking those are both way too loud. Let's, you know, the thing to do for this is probably just to turn down the acoustic sim level. Okay, I'm gonna change this back to USB 3 and 4. I'm gonna loop it again. Ugh. Little steps. Okay, and so I'm using that compressor to really just as a volume knob for the keyboard. Does the keyboard sound wasn't getting loud enough? I'm not really using it as a compressor, so I'm gonna nail this thing to 20 to 1. I'm gonna take the level. Boy, that's a lot of level that this thing's getting. Boy, howdy. See, let me go to the acoustic. And what I want to do is turn this on, so I don't want that 12 decibel level for sure, because I'm already loud enough. But what I want to happen is just taking out the really harsh knocks out of here. So. I don't know if that's going to be too much for the keyboard. So I'm going to set it to snapshots. Let me try the 12 string real quick. The problem is the best place for that compressor to be is way later on in the chain, but I don't think I got enough DSP to put a compressor right here. Ugh. I don't know if there's anything I can move over here to save me some DSP. Before I totally mess up this preset, let me check back with the keyboard real quick. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save this. Sorry. I'm going to see if there's not some way I can get a compressor in here. It's got to go after this pitch shifter. That's really where I need to get it. Maybe after this EQ, but that's not as important. If I click here and I look at dynamics, I want to get that deluxe compressor on here. So can I put this delay up here? No. Why? If I didn't have this compressor, could I put this delay up there? Okay, so what I'm going to do is copy this. Put it over here, just for safekeeping, in case I mess up. So you guys know 2C's got my my thing in case I mess it up, right? Thank you. So let me go back to here and delete this compressor. See if I can now fit that delay, which I can. Yay. Wait a second. It's not where I want that delay. Shoot. So here's the problem is, see if I can't get that compressor good. Yeah, this is the wrong order of stuff. I really need that compressor right here. And that means this delay can't really go up there. I should probably put the IR before any of this stuff. I mean, otherwise it's going to be really hard to do the trick where I'm sending off a to a guitar amp or whatever. I don't know that that's ever really going to come up, but I do have it set so that I can send to another guitar, regular guitar amp, where it won't have this IR in there. And otherwise, I could put the IR up here. I mean, if worse came to worse, I could put the send up here too, but I'd rather not. Perhaps if I put the return down here. No, that's not how I want it. I need more up here. This EQ. Could I put this EQ? I mean, ideally it's right here, but I can put it up here, which I can. It's just so if I were to do this, now do I have enough to put a compressor in here? I do. And so the compressor that would be going here is this guy right here. So now I have the compressor where I'd rather want it. Okay. So depending on how we want to do this, it's we hit play and replay. Perfect. Compressor's not doing nothing. Doing much. What I don't need is this knee. Still, it may not be quiet enough. Like this acoustic may not be quiet enough. But let's just keep trying. I'm gonna go to the 12 string. Now it's got a much better control over that. It's a little bit louder than the acoustic. I'm kind of okay with that. Let me just take a look. Let's just check the keyboard. Way too much level now. do want it kind of loud. So. I'm going to switch this back to regular input, and I'm going to try this out. Now, I'm not getting the volume boost I'd like between the 12-string sound and the rhythm sound, but I'm not sure that I want it going any lower. Let me see. Go back to USB input for a second. I'm pretty much liking that. It may be they're going to go through there and change some things. Trying to be real subtle about this, but it may be that the cleans are still a little bit too loud. But for right now, I want to make the same thing, but I want to make one with the kinky boost thing. I'll show you. Boost. Okay, and this is going to get a piece from... The tricky part is this is going to make it a little bit louder, and I want to get everything down because I'm actually going to leave this on for the acoustic and the 12-string. So that's going to be a little bit tricky, but oh, and am I even going to be able to put that on there? I may not. Paste. Ooh, yes I can. And I wonder if I want this last. I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm gonna have a guitar lesson in a second here. All right, just about there. Okay, so this is gonna be with that kinky boost thing, and I don't know, maybe I'll show you what it is. A lot of people make a big deal about this thing. Actually, let me just play this. It just adds some gunk to it. There's some toughness. But what I need, the problem is that this thing is going to, it's going to be too loud. But I want it on for the acoustic. Believe it or not, it actually sounds pretty cool on the acoustic. So let me see if this EQ is on. Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm just going to take the level down on this. Perfect. So there's no snapshot on this level, so I'm just going to take the level down on this EQ. That's how I'm going to deal with the volume difference. So I'm just going to turn this down on the rhythm, and I'm going to leave everything else alone. And later on, I'm going to see about the levels of the acoustic and everything. So I'm going to go back to the rhythm. And I'll give that a play. Kind of a drastic jump. That's about right. Okay, so there's one more I want to do, and but it's going to be a little bit of a problem because what I'm going to be doing is turning off the EQ. So I want to call this one raw. And I'm going to turn the EQ off on the distortion, nothing else, just the distortion. But that's kind of a problem because it's going to leave if I just turn off the EQ, it's going to leave the acoustic one's still going to have that level. So I'm going to have to find a way to take the level down on that as well. It's probably not that bad. So let me get this on the rhythm first. It's probably not going to make it very much louder, just a little bit. The question is, how do I turn this down? I could flatten out the EQ. That would do it. In fact, that's probably not a bad way to do it, right? Okay, so I'm gonna change this. So I gotta change it on a couple of them. Not doing anything with the lows. That's already at 0. Mid gain's gonna go to 0. That's really where most of this level's coming from. High gain's gonna go down. I'm going to use the level control here. I'm going to set it back to 0 for everything. So I'll bring this down now. About right. We'll leave the acoustics alone. It's going to get the same treatment. Might leave the low cut on. Maybe I should just take it off. probably take it off. Let's probably leave it on, but we'll see. Let's take it off for now. Level is minus 0.8 dB. This goes here, minus 0.8. You notice it's still a little bit higher, and I'm okay with that. So I'm looking like 1.5 dB boost or whatever. Check on. Got some people coming in a second. We'll be off in a second. You just get the harmony. So minus 0.8. Take out all the cuts and boosts. Minus 0.8. Okay, and then crunch. Crunch is going to be the other one with this. So, and this one had its own EQ, so I'm going to have to reset the gain here. So you notice because this one didn't have such a dip, it's not that big of a difference now. So I have to say it's not going to be minus 0.8. Okay, so that's all three of them leveled, and I'm going to switch these back to the guitar input, which they're supposed to be, and I'll go from there. And I got to save all these templates again. Multi. Okay, I'm going to give this a quick try with the just me playing the guitar, and that should probably be it. So. Still think that acoustic's probably too loud, but this is fine for what I'm trying to do, and everything's leveled. I'm gonna be back after